What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Miami Hurricanes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The Sooners head coach told me here in the pregame, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Sooners will kick off first, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Throwing, Underwood. Got it behind the line. It's Pringle. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Takes the handoff. It's Pringle. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Out wide left, it's Vaughn. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
And you've already seen this QB, man. He's willing to spread the ball around and take what the defense gives him and not force it to his go-to guy. But it's not a surprise. When you get it to him, good things happen. He can chew up chunks of yards and make those big plays.
The Hurricanes are rolling down the field. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. He's got it. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical. Well, I know that one falls incomplete, but as the head coach, you got to still love what you've seen from your quarterback early in this game. He's been accurate, in a great rhythm. To start the game 4 for 5, that's pretty good.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Churns into the pile. Breaks into the open. Inside. Touchdown, Canes. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll run this play from the pistol. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
On the run, it's Blaylock. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
From the gun, it's Blaylock. Got enough for the first down. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 10. To the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Hey, do it, do it.
give. It's Pringle. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1.
Kill, kill. 886, bouncer. 886, shit. But hard.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Hawkeye. Now, ready. But hard.
Here's Underwood to throw. Still looking to his right. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we've played 1 quarter. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. A 1st down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Underwood. Turns out it's Pringle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Hurricanes will hustle to the line. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. A full dive to haul that one in. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you can...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Out wide right, it's Rodgers. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Direct snap. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
and who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Goes high to pull it in.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
They'll need a bunch on second down. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Second and long here. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a third down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. 3rd and long coming up. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Really nice third down sub defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half.
Kill. Win.
Throwing, Underwood. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. And the Canes headed quickly to the line.
Hey, kill it. 214 close. 214.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. To the air, it's Underwood. Right side, it's Jacobs. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10.
And guys, I'm kind of shocked. That's the first time we've called his name. And it's one thing for it to be his first catch going into the half, but that's the first target. This offense is an offense that needs him to be explosive, to make big plays. And in order to make that happen, they've got to target him and find ways to get him the football.
1st and 10. Motion from the back. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Well, that's their third sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Second down, gonna throw it. They get to him as he throws. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
I mean, not only were those two guys not on the same page, I don't think they were in the same playbook. They barely looked like they were on the same team. Now it's third down. Here's Underwood to throw. Back open in the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on fourth down.
139 Albatross.
Stopped in the backfield, and they'll turn it over on downs. Great push and penetration from that defensive front.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Hits inside, it's Blaylock. Swamped immediately. The Sooners are in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be third down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Now facing a third and long from the 50-yard line. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent's territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half.
949 Rockstar. 949 Rockstar.
The give to the left side. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if they're content to run out the clock here in the first half. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Kill, kill, kill. 528 Cruz. 528 Cruz. Pick it up. 776 Captain. 776 Captain. Red 20.
Underwood. They're all over it. Going to try to get it himself. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Making the adjustment. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Got out of trouble and throws. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Sends it back in motion. Off play action on 1st down. Rush is on. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. This one's complete. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. The run inside. It's Blaylock. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. Let's begin with a look at Virginia taking on the Cal Golden Bears. And it's the Cavaliers with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Connection to the right. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
On the stop. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quarterback got it himself. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Blaylock. Oh, he's got headed to the end zone. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the he's going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Throwing, Underwood fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend.
Kill, kill.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Palmer.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Rides to the back. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Second down to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
A run for the quarterback. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And here they come, going for the first down on 4th and 2. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum, help them go crazy, help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wide receiver going in motion. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Maybe didn't like that play call on 3rd and 2. Instead, they'll call a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Burrowing for yardage. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, this guy has had a day to remember, putting up outstanding numbers in this one, and he is still piling on in the 4th quarter, breaking off some beautiful runs. This defense has not had an answer for him all game long.
The Sooners trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He's changing the play. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Snatches it on the right. Lots of running room. Past the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And that is exactly what this offense needs, man. They need that clock to stop. They need to make big plays and score. Their defense needs to join the party, get some stops, and the passing game continue to be hot, and they might get back in this football game.
And they did tack on the extra point. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Here's Underwood to throw. Rush right in his face. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the... Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense in a bunch formation. Changing the routes with his receivers.
Ready, go.
Underwood. Between the hashes, it's Vaughn. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Grabbed behind the line, it's Jacobs. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down. The Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
Left side, it's Pringle. He's out of bounds after a nice pickup. Did not get the first down, but that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. And the Canes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Throwing, Underwood. He fires a bullet to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover.
Bridge. Magic.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got his man on the right. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Just gets rid of that one.
The defense is dialed in right now, guys. They've got the lead. They're expecting pass. Offense trying to go 4 verticals, but all game long, this defense has stepped up, and they force another incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down.
Kill. 180, race car. 180, ninja. Down. Whammy. Stack. Hut.
Here's Underwood to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Pringle. Gets away from one, finds room. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game and now up to 8 on the season.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Sooners, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Fresh setter down's going to the air. He'll take the deep shot. Leaping grab for a big gain. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive play for the O.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Sooners! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Just unloaded on the kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Now, ready? Black 14, black 14, red 25.
Keeps it moving. It's Pringle. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Right.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team, too.